This is Big Blue Nation. This is the Wildcat Zone.
You are? What's up, man?
What's still
I
no
can-
audio?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's going on, man? It's
All right. What's up, man?
the audio is it is in and out, but I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before. So what's good, man?
All right, good. Well, my app had an update, so that's probably why we were having all these issues.
Okay, well, I'm just glad you was on, and as I told you before, I like the shirt, guys. Let's welcome Wildcat Zone by Daniel Bentley into the house tonight. Let's give him a warm welcome. Me and him, we've been chatting for a while, and I'm glad that he actually got it. I'm glad that he actually got everything fixed so him and I can talk. What's up, man?
What's up?
Good.
What a day.
What a day, man. I'm glad that we worked this out and that you was able to be on with me and everything. So before we get started, man, tell everybody about your channel and where they can find you at. Probably, you know what? Here's the thing about Kentucky fans. Most people watching right now, they probably already know you. But go ahead and tell people where they can find you at.
All right. I'm Daniel Bentley. I have this show called the Wildcat Zone. I give like my game reviews on each game, football, basketball. I started this about December last year. I think the first episode was after we beat Indiana. I just give game reviews.
Hey, it didn't go too good after that.
No, it didn't. We had two little high spots, but
We had a couple, yeah.
it was a roller coaster for sure.
Yeah.
I'm on TikTok. I'm on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just look up Wildcat Zone, wildcatzone.db. You'll see my logos also in the logo of the beginning of the show. So that's where I'll be at. I'm just got into TikTok. I'm still trying to learn that a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much my show.
Well,
and I appreciate you having me on, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. We're in this together, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we just want to help and just support each other out. And I'm nobody important, but I definitely wanted to share the stage with you, and just kind of pick your mind. Last week I had Football Nation on Tom, and he's a joy to have on the show too as well. So it's after 1 a.m. here now. So I've been to sleep, and now I've woken up, and everyone knows that this is my routine. And heck, you watch the show, you know my routine too when I'm overseas. So let's just jump right into this, okay? Has anything changed with the 15th spot on the team as far as with Mitchell that you heard of?
Not that I've heard of. I know they pushed it back on Friday.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything updated, Mitchell wise. I do think he may be a good fit, but I was listening to KSR today, or not really KSR. They're part of KSR, Jack Pilgrim and all them. They're kind of iffy on if Mitchell gets it. He's kind of a ball hog, is what they were kind of getting at. But who knows?
Yeah.
We need scorers, so he may be the type of guy that'll get in the paint and not afraid to catch some bodies. So I think he'll be a good benefit.
If we don't get him, will it be the young man from Michigan State? Do you think, or has he committed to somebody?
I know I've heard rumors just by everything you see on Facebook and on the news channels or the Kentucky news channels. I know Louisville was looking at him. That's mainly the big name I heard was Louisville was going after that kid from Michigan State. So who knows? We'll see. The college basketball right now is crazy.
It is, and I don't think Louisville is beefing up to be good in college basketball. I think they're beefing up just to beat Kentucky.
Yeah.
I think they're
honestly.
trying to beat this by all. I think they're trying to beat Kentucky by all means possible again. So
Yes.
at Rupp, yeah, at Rupp Arena. So
I don't
I
think
think
they've
this.
won in Rupp since what George W. Bush was president.
Oh
So
wow,
it's been a while.
it's been a minute. Who beat us? When? Where? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that would be. And last year, I said this on a couple of shows before. Is last year I took a lot of slack because I called that game when the non-conference schedule came out. I kind of called that game, and I said to myself, Louisville is going to beat Kentucky this year. Last year, of course, because they're playing at home. So of
Mhm.
course that happened, and I think if J. Lo would have hit his free throws, I think we might be talking. I think it could have been because the momentum was all in our hand.
Yeah, that last
So
2 minutes
yeah,
was in our
yeah,
favor.
it was, and I hope that that's something this year. And we had a couple of games that was in our favor, and we just couldn't close it out
Hmm.
as well. So hopefully this year coming up, hopefully we can be a team that if it looks like we're going to win, we win.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't find a way to lose the ball game. So that's definitely what I'm hoping that will happen this year as well. So I hope this team is a team that can finish. It looked like we can. Of course, we got the shooters, but if the shots not falling from the players, hopefully hopefully we have enough inside game. Guys can take people off the dribble. People can
Hmm.
create their own shot, their little mid range shot. Of course, we know you know we hate when they're right in front of the 3 point line and they knocked out a 2 pointer. All they had to do is
Hmm.
just step back an inch and it
Yeah.
fit 3 pointer. So, isn't it amazing that the uh, the mindset of just hitting the two versus hitting the three? It's something different about that. I don't know. I mean, I know it's more points, but it's something about when you hit a 3 pointer versus a long two. It just kind of does something to you. It gets the crowd into the ball game.
Yeah, it does. It really excites everybody. I mean, we got 4 7-footers on this team this year, so we should see some. I want to see some alley oops, man. I'm missing the 2015 team where we had Willie Cauley Stein and Cat, and they
Yeah.
were just hanging on the rims every play. It seemed like. So we got 4 7-footers. Hopefully, we can use them, other than for rebounding and blocking. So
The the question is, will Mark Pope have these guys in position to succeed being that big, us being this big? Will he have them ready? I think is the key. Now, guys still got to go out on the floor and they still got to play basketball and they still got to perform. But is Mark Pope the coach that can set these? We talk about the other coach and he didn't utilize people right and all of this. So with the size that we got, with the shooting that we got, can this be a team? Hopefully that Coach Pope can mold these guys together and put together and be able to effectively use our 4 7 footers.
I mean, it's a make or break year for him, really. I mean, the first year was it was a honeymoon year, so he got a
Yeah,
pass from pretty much everybody. And last year was just a
yeah,
train wreck.
yeah.
That Ferrari went and lost about all 4 wheels and lost its bumper and the back bumper. It was
so,
just a
some,
we
some,
it was a roller coaster of a season. We won
yeah,
games we weren't supposed to lose, and we lost games we were supposed to win.
yeah.
It was just an odd season.
That uh, that nice car you just mentioned. So I actually went to the in Abu Dhabi. I actually went to
Mhm.
the park, the Ferrari theme park, and of course they got the cars and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, we don't sound like that. when, they, when they start the car up, I'm like, we don't sound like this year. I don't know what happened to us though. We sound like we're a Honda Civic or something.
Yeah.
we don't we don't sound good. Um, what do you think is going to be one of our weaknesses this year coming in?
Probably defense, if I had to guess. I mean, that's what we've seen with the Pope teams. Their defense has not been up to par,
Yeah,
at least for the 2 years that we have seen. He's more of an
yeah,
offensive guy, so
yeah,
and that is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because you can outscore people, but if you're not hitting, you're not outscoring anybody.
You're not,
Um,
especially
we
if you're not playing defense.
no,
Yeah,
and I mean I think that's probably why he's got a taller team. I
I
mean you
hope
got to be
so.
able to protect the rim. So hopefully we got some good players. We don't know yet because we've not seen them play.
Yes,
But I mean, well, from what we've been hearing, but we heard a lot of things last year, and we've seen
yeah.
how last year went. So
I put I put my earplugs in.
so I'll
Like,
believe it when I see it. So
yes,
we'll just have to wait and see. I'm excited
absolutely.
for her. They got me excited. It's kind
I
of hard
am.
not to get excited. So
You know, of course, a lot of people, you got some people out there that's like, look, I'm not buying no hype. I'm not buying anything. I just contact me when the season starts and we get a quality win. And then but on the other flip side of that, just being a Kentucky fan, even though we had a bad year and we haven't been back to the Final Four, and you got teams that's already won two since the last time we won one. When you look at that as a Wildcat fan, do you agree or do you disagree? We just love our cats and we want our cats to be good so bad that maybe, just maybe, we're able to overlook how things hasn't been so well, and we just get pumped up because it's Kentucky basketball.
man, think about all the seasons that Coach Cal had that were not very good and
Yeah,
lackluster, and I mean, people kept coming back. Even his last year, I mean, I didn't think it was anything amazing. He had Reed Shepard and Rob Dillingham coming off the bench.
yeah,
But I mean, we went out first round the year before and that same year. So people kept coming back.
yeah. Absolutely. It's. I mean, I just think as a Wildcat fan, it's either. I mean, you get those crazies out there. It's only a little small percentage of them that I'm burning my jersey. I don't want to be a Wildcat fan no more, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll
We'll see you at
see
the store buying a new jersey.
you. Hey, they gonna be that person that we see walking through the mall or Walmart or wherever with all them bags of UK stuff. You must have burnt
Yeah.
your stuff last year, didn't you, big guy? Sorry. Store Stores love people like yourself. You had a question for you. It is from Wildcat Zone. Welcome. What's your way of covering the cats?
A way of
I'm not
covering
really,
the cat.
yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer that. I'm not sure if it's through YouTube or what. So I'm curious to hear your, yeah. I'm not sure. Do you understand that? I don't.
Uh, I maybe they think I'm an insider. I'm not an insider by any
Okay,
means. I
me
don't claim
neither.
to be. I just see the things that's on like Cats coverage and KSR and stuff
Yeah,
like that. That's where I get my news for
yeah,
Kentucky basketball. Don't always believe everything you read on Facebook. Let me just tell you that.
yeah.
So I know
Please.
a lot of people see things about players giving money to certain NIL programs or giving their NIL something to something.
Yeah,
That's stuff fake. But
yeah.
I mainly get my stuff through KSR and the Cats coverage. So
Okay. And you talk about that part of it, and at times, like at times, I have trouble. And I guess I could just say this live or whatever. At times, I kind of have trouble. Um, I kind of have not so easy feelings when I come here and I come live. It's because of, you're right. I look to see what KSR puts out, or catch Pauls, or catch coverage, or something like that. So I
mhm.
look for that kind of stuff to come out, and it's like at times I'm just like, okay, like you don't have any inside coverage, you don't have any inside people, you don't have any, like, no real big connections to UK. So it's like when I put out information, like especially a guy like 13 Hustler, I like him because this dude would definitely call us out if we say something wrong. And when I met him in Lexington, I mean in Louisville, I was really happy, and I told him, man, say, hey, keep calling me out because I don't have that inside scoop that
Mhm.
the people that a lot of people have. So so it's at times. I'm conflicted with what I want to say on here. So definitely I just give my thoughts, and if I'm wrong, hey, I've been wrong about a lot of things. I don't mind if people correct me. As far as I mean, you can, and of course, when I do my shows like this, I can be looking up something before I fall asleep, and then I wake up, and then things have just changed completely, and I haven't had a chance to catch up yet, just because of everything that happens while I'm asleep. So I do have a small hard time putting out information, but I love it. What makes this show so good is, first of all, Daniel, it's not me. It's the individuals who watch the show who have so much information that's able to help push the show along. So I always
Mhm.
like to give people who watch the show credit, because most of the time these people, everyone who watches the show, they know 1,000 times more than I know. So I'm like, really? I'm just learning it. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate I appreciate the information, because I don't know, and that's what makes the loyal BBN fan and so much fun, is because I get a lot of information, because a lot of people here watch a lot of things that's going on as well. But I think me and you both can agree that we just want the Cats to be successful this year, and we want
Yeah.
them to see competitive. And for the love of everything, Daniel, can we please protect home court this year?
Yes, that's most definitely important.
Yeah,
I mean, that North Carolina game last year had me screaming.
yeah,
So it's a game we had won and we just let it go.
yeah,
But it's in the past.
yeah,
We've turned to a new chapter, so we'll see
yeah,
how this one goes. I think just by again by news that I've heard, with Zoom Diallo,
yeah,
how he kind of got pushed to the side when they were going after Rob Wright from BYU, and then he ended up committing later on after Rob Wright decided he was going to go back to BYU.
yeah,
That he was kind of in a bad mood because they just kind of took their focus off of him and went to the other guy. But maybe that adds like an extra chip on his shoulder to be for this upcoming season to prove a point
yeah,
of, yeah, you should have come after me. You should have stayed
yeah.
after me. I'll show you
Okay.
why. And so that maybe that'll be kind of the thing. And it was multiple guys that I remember reading that were kind of upset because the coaching staff would pull off and go towards somebody else, a
Yeah,
new shinier toy, and then end up not getting that person. And so hopefully this team will have like that chip on their shoulder. And maybe guys like Malachi that stayed and Cam Williams that stayed have a chip on their shoulder from how lackluster last season was. And maybe they want to prove that, we can get back to that gold standard. Not that we
yeah,
ever left it, but, we can get back to that standard of being in Final Fours every year or
yeah,
getting past the Elite Eight or getting to the Elite Eight. So,
yeah. Let me ask you a question, because you just did something that I think a lot of people do, and I'm guilty of it too as well. You mentioned Cam coming back, you mentioned Marino coming back, but you didn't but you didn't mention Trent. Why is that? Is Trent someone that we like? Just wait till your senior year and we'll see what happens. Is it easy just to kind of is it easy just kind of put him in the shadow? Is it warranted or what? Not to put you on the spot about it,
yeah.
but I do
So,
it too.
it's a funny thing. A couple weeks ago, when we done the big mega podcast with BBN Unfiltered,
Yes.
Trent Noah was a topic on my episode, and it was kind of one of those things where we get to see him more. I I honestly, and as much as he didn't play last year, as much as I seen him sitting on the bench, it kind of just went to the back of my mind.
Yeah.
I think he's talented. I think
Yeah.
he's a great rebounder. He's always in the paint trying to get rebounds, whether it's on
Mm,
defense or offense. And I think
yeah.
that's a lot of thing. That's one of the things that people don't really think with him. We think of the mountain mamba that shoots threes when we
Yeah.
think of Trent Noah, and he had a lot of spunk at the beginning of the season when he was starting, and then he twisted his ankle and just kind of lost that fire
Yeah.
and whatever else happened behind the scenes that we didn't see. He just kind of slowly drifted off into the bench, really. So
Yes.
it's kind of hard from where he didn't play as much last year. It's just kind of hard to you forget about him a little bit. Even though he's a Kentucky boy, he's from Harlan County.
Yeah.
He's one of us. He grew up a Cats fan. But they've talked very highly of him. Mark Pope has, but then again, you take that with a grain of salt. He
Yeah.
said he was the best defensive player that they've had this summer. So
He,
who knows?
he's a numbers, and it's funny because we heard that same. We're not hearing it maybe as much as we did last year, but last year him going into his sophomore year, that was kind of the narrative too. That look at Trent Noah, this guy's about he's staying at Kentucky. He didn't transfer like Travis. He really loves being here and it's in his heart. He's really making strides, but of course, I don't know if we saw that even before he got hurt again. But it was just like, and also, one thing I like to say about Trent is I like to say this about Trent. Trent's he won't pull the trigger. He's nervous out there, especially if he's afraid of shooting the basketball. So this is what I say about Trent is when Trent can, when Trent starts rebounding, Trent will rebound the basketball. So I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, if you're not going to knock down shots because you won't shoot it, and hopefully they're working on his catch and release shot this year as well too, because and make people respect him as a shooter. But I say it all the time, Trent. If you're not going to score the basketball, and if you want to see the floor, dude, you got to grab 6 rebounds a game because he's
Hmm.
capable of it. He's
Yeah.
capable of grabbing those rebounds because he doesn't mind. And I always say to myself, how do you get? Of course, I'm pretty sure he didn't name his own self, the Mountain Mamba. But
Hmm.
with a nickname like that, dude, like if you're not scoring, you got to go get those rebounds because that's right now with a stacked team. That's that's a positive way for you to get some minutes on the floor. Otherwise, if you're not hitting shots and if you're not rebounding, then it's just kind of like, I gotta put you at the end of the bench, and I gotta move everybody over you. So I really hope that Trent has a positive year this year, and let's see if he can have more confidence. And I think a lot of people feel the same way about Trent. Will he have the confidence enough to shoot the basketball? I don't think he has to look over his shoulders to see if because Mark Poster he likes to shoot the three. So shoot the three. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, you got a coach that likes to shoot that wants to shoot the basketball. So shoot the basketball. Yeah. So we have to see that.
I'd like to see him grow into that role that like Chandler had last year, where when we needed a three,
Yeah.
we gave it to Chandler and he busted one.
Okay.
And maybe he grows into that role. Who knows? He is looking jacked though. I don't know if you've seen those practice photos. He's looking pumped. He's hit the gym for sure.
Really.
So
Um, Man, dude, someone. I'm sorry about that, bro. Someone just brought it to my attention that, and I don't think I can even because it's live and I can't change it. Oh, I didn't even know that, man. I don't know what I was doing. Someone said that I got the comment set to members only. I didn't know I changed it. I didn't. Uh, I'm so sorry. I won't. If you're watching, wow, I didn't know that. I really and there's no way for me to change it right now during a live show. I know it's not. Sorry, I had to go off like that, but someone just brought it to my attention, and I'm like, I didn't know that until now. So, Earnhardt, thank you so much, man. It's good to see you. Yeah, WKRP said Trip helped. Uh, let's see. He said Trent helped in Arkansas's home win streak 17-1. And I bet you if you go back and look at that game, whether it was scoring or rebounding, I bet you anything you'll find him getting about 4 or 5 rebounds in that ball game, which is critical. And
mhm.
that's the thing. That's the thing that we're going to. Um, that's the thing that we had to do. Um, that's the thing that I want to see Trent do a whole lot more of is just grab those boards if he's not as well too. So let's see what happens with the basketball
Actually,
team
I
this
have it
year.
written down. He had 9
Okay,
points and 7 rebounds.
there you
He
go,
was my
bro.
he was my MVP for that game, as a matter
and
of
and
fact.
and I mean, dude almost had a double double, and
Hmm.
I'm okay with that. I don't have any issues. And those are the look. If Trent can be a 9 and 7 guy, for me, the 7 stands out a whole lot more because I'm gonna tell you why. because we gave up so many offensive rebounds last year, and we just couldn't rebound. People was getting 3 or 4 chances to score on us, and it was just like we played defense all the way down to the clock, and then they shoot it, miss it, and then all that goes away. So we're talking about 4 possessions on one end of the court, dude. You're not going to beat teams like that. You definitely got
No.
to crash the board. So that's what I want to see from Trent. I feel the same way. It's the same way when it goes to Zoom. I think I would much rather see Zoom average 11 assists than maybe 15 points a ball game. Because if he's getting 11 assists a game, that means he's getting people involved. And the defense has got to play him, but they got to stay on people because he distributes the ball so well. I just think that these guys they really really have to they really got to know their role this year.
Most definitely.
Man, I hate so if you're watching the show right now, thanks for joining in too. I really do appreciate it as well. If you're watching the show right now, for some reason, once again, leave it up to Big Mike. For some reason, I put on members only chats, and I don't think I can go back and change that during the live show. Maybe I can go in and see if I can or not. So let me see if I can go in and change that right fast. If I can, I'll make the change right now while we live. But man, it's really good to have you on here with me as well too. Are you looking forward to football season?
I definitely am. Um, Will Stein, man, he's got me fired up for football. Just his energy about the football program, and again, I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit just because I'm excited because it's football season. It's SEC football. There's gonna be football on, all
Yeah,
weekend. People will be saving a lot of money by staying home and watching football, maybe spending more money. Who knows by doing cookouts? But
yeah,
um, this is a lot of hype around this program right now because we've got some good players. We've got a good, solid, big blue wall again. Um, so I mean, and just his attitude about it. Why do you think we're going to be good? Because of me. He's got to back that up now. He put
yeah,
it out there, but I mean, you want to hear that from a head coach,
yeah.
'cause
Absolutely, you do.
especially in today's world of college football. I mean, you got big personalities like Lane Kiffin and Josh Heupel and all them. You got to stand out. You know what I mean?
I, I asked a question yesterday. It was a real simple question, and I asked it on Facebook. And my question was, I'm not sure if you saw it or not. Basically, was does do you think Coach Stein is ready to compete in the SEC?
I think that I think he will be. I mean,
Okay.
he'll have a good home opener against
Yeah.
Alabama, one of the big powerhouses of the SEC in football. So I mean, he's been with Oregon. They've been to the playoffs the past 3-4 years, so he knows how to get there.
Yes.
But then again, it's a different conference. It's not the SEC. But what are they in the Big 12 or Big 10? Is Big
Ooh,
10?
I think so. Oregon.
Yeah, the Big
I
10.
think they moved over to that. Yeah.
The Big 10. I mean, last year they were like the powerhouses with Indiana and Ohio State. Um, I think their teams were a lot better than the SEC teams last year, which is kind of abnormal because
Yeah.
SEC runs on football. So
Yeah.
I think that I think he'll be ready for it. Honestly, I mean, SEC is something not to joke about because we got, I
No,
think,
it's
one of
not.
the. It's
You
not
get hurt.
not in
You get.
football.
Yeah.
Them boys be hitting hard, man.
Yeah. You get your feelings
Um,
hurt.
yeah, it ain't for somebody that's soft.
No, that
Um,
is.
I think he'll be prepared. I mean, you kind of got to be your first year head coach. I think
Yeah.
we'll have a lot of my games that I got picked as like toss up games for us, or
Okay.
Alabama at home. I think we can win it. I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
But we could also lose that one, lose a close one, like we've seen before in the past.
Yeah.
LSU is a toss up game for me. Magic always happens when LSU comes to town, whether it's for the good or for the bad.
Yes.
And of course, you got Lane Kiffin coming for his fifth school now.
Yeah.
Um, so he's kind of been slippery to beat at Ole Miss, but we've got one on him a couple years ago at a one away game. So Florida will be another tough toss up game for me because they got a new team, a new coach. They got our old defensive coordinator, which don't really mean much because we got a whole new coaching staff. But there'll be a lot of emotions in that game. I feel like because their head coach used to coach and play at Kentucky. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a toss up game. Missouri is one of the away games. Is probably a toss up in my eyes. We could easily win that one. We could easily lay an egg in that one.
Yeah.
It's a hard place to play. We've always had a rivalry with them in football. Um, and then Tennessee is going to be a toss-up game for me. We could easily go down there and win that one. We could lose it. It just depends on the health of the team. And I mean, Rocky Top's a hard place to win.
Yes, it
Trust me, I
is.
live an hour away from it,
Yeah.
and I hear about it every year,
All the time, huh?
at least
Yeah.
3 times a year.
Yeah.
So
So, well, at least we can. I hope we keep dominating them in regular season basketball. And
yes,
Mark Pope has their number. That's for sure.
he does. I think they renamed it to Rupp Arena South. It's not Thompson Bowling anymore. I've seen one of them AI photos, man. I've not let it go.
Yeah. So, uh, BBN Filter, what's going on, brother? I see you in the chats, man. I appreciate you. We were just talking about you a few minutes ago as well, too. Man, I mean, I'm just like the football season for me. I mean, sometimes I wonder if BBN is going to put too much pressure on Stein. And just just you coming from Oregon, you was the best OC, in almost in college basketball. You're very elite when it comes to coaching up quarterbacks and all this right here. So you gotta ask if you could take a freshman or a sophomore quarterback, and if you can groom them the way Stein has did while at Oregon, and I know, look, I know that this is Mincy's first year really getting any kind of playing time. Really, he's came in and backed up, but no real pressure. So you got to know. So you got a quarterback, of course, that we know that doesn't have a whole lot of experience, especially when it comes to leadership and getting a lot of playing time. You got an offensive coordinator who now the whole weight of the program of the state of a team is on his shoulders now. So I don't think none of these guys really understand. They probably need to be like Willie Beamer from that old football show back in the day, and they probably need to throw up before each ball game. Let's just get it out of the way. let's just throw up and let's get this out of the way so we can go out and so we can play loose. But I mean, like those two things. I mean, of course, we're not going to really. For me, as and I said this before, I think the first game of the year against Youngstown, dude, like we got to take all hope away from them. No, is it Youngstown we play first, right?
Yeah, that's how
Yeah, yeah,
Youngstown State.
yeah. So we got to take all, and I know that they're not a bad team supposedly, but if you want to get any type of respect, you got to go out here and you got to dominate this game from start to finish. And these guys can't feel like that they have any chance whatsoever to win this ball game.
Mm-hmm. Because we've seen a lot of that with Stoops, and I love Coach Stoops, man. He's what got me into Kentucky football, really.
Yeah,
Um, but we had a lot of games where we would have that. We would
yeah,
be up, and then we'd lose sight of what we were doing, and then get beat by these no name schools. But I
yes,
think the day of that is kind of over with Stein. But I mean, Minchie not having very much playing time. Levis didn't either, and he worked out pretty well in his first year. So
that's a good
um,
point. I haven't heard that before. I haven't heard that used in that way. You're right.
he was the backup at Penn State.
Yeah, at Penn State. Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't think he got to see very many snaps. So he worked out pretty well for that. And
yeah.
watching Minchie at the spring game or the blue and white game that got rained out, I mean, he's slippery. He
Okay.
reminds me a lot of Terry Wilson, the way he runs. So
I, he wasn't that bad on the field.
No, he wasn't that bad either.
he wasn't that bad on the field. Now, when you see Mincy in person, um, I know that you just said what you just said, but does he look the part? Does he look like somebody that can lead a team to be successful,
Yeah,
or
I mean, just
is that too small of a sample size to be able to really make a comment on that at this particular point?
it was kind of hard to see because we didn't really get to see all the players playing together because they had some
Yeah,
of the starters sitting out nursing minor injuries and stuff like that.
yeah,
But I will say, like, he looked the part. I mean, even the
yeah,
backup quarterback, I forget his
yeah.
name, so forgive me for that.
No, that's
Um, he looked pretty good in the last couple snaps that he got to play. Um, but our defense looks pretty stout from what we seen
okay.
in the blue and white game. But then again, it's just a scrimmage; they're not going full speed,
Yes, absolutely.
so it's kind of hard to judge how they're going to be. Um, so yeah, I mean, he made a couple good plays, a couple good throws. Mincy did in that
Yeah.
blue and white game. He had a perfect pass to Willie Rodriguez that was phenomenal for about 15 yards. So it looked smooth.
Well,
But then again,
one thing I hope about that is I hope that Coach Stein is ready to utilize the tight ends because I mean let's be real, we don't have any wide receivers that just like pop out to us and be like, okay, this guy's going to be a star. So we understand who Rodriguez is and we understand what he's capable of. So I hope that 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 Rodriguez is utilized a lot this year. So and not just for standing there and blocking all the time. I hope
no,
he's able to. I hope he's able to draw up some things that will involve the tight end more so than it has been in the past. Because I mean, if we look right now, everything that he does, everything that Coach Stein does, is setting him up for recruiting. I'm a coach that throw the ball to the tight end. See my tight end that all my tight ends was getting fed with the ball here and there. So it's really in this first year. I don't think it's at the end of the day. It might not be so much more about winning and losing this year, more so than it is about look what I'm doing here as a coach. Come play for us here at Kentucky and help us build this program as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
most definitely. I think this year, I think the Kentucky fans will just be happy if we get a bowl game.
yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, Music
because
City
I
Bowl,
mean,
please.
yeah. Um, but who knows? I mean, I don't. Nobody knows what's really going to happen until we get there. So um, I'm excited for sure.
Yeah,
I haven't seen this much hype since Levis's second year that he come back and decided he wanted to play again. So
I'm looking
uh,
forward to it. I am. I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys can do. Of course, and that you mentioned something about the defense is in the same way that Kentucky Football Nation does. He has strong, and of course he follows us a lot more than I do, especially on the football side of the house. He is really believing. He has strong hopes, believes that this defense is going to surprise a lot of people this year. Now we did lose. We lost an edge rusher this year, which is not very good. But we did get another player, another guy to come back, a fire. I think that's how you say his name.
yeah,
He did come back to. Now I don't know. I don't really know what was going on with that. Did he actually transfer, or was he, or I'm not sure.
I can't. I don't know if he like got drafted and maybe he didn't sign with an agent and maybe he was allowed
Okay.
to come back. And I
Yeah.
don't know if he was trying to transfer either. So
Yeah.
I know he was granted a fifth year of eligibility. So, but he can only play at Kentucky, from what I understand. He can't transfer anywhere else.
Yeah.
At least that's what the KSR guys reported
Okay.
on their podcast. I think it was yesterday
Okay.
or 2 days ago.
Wildcat Keeper has a question for us. He says, "How do you guys feel? I think about us going after Hall. Uh, well, you think Hall is our second choice, and I think. See, here's the thing, and I'll let you comment. I think players got to understand is like if we go after you, and I hope Coach Pope. I hope I know these guys are so much smarter than I am. I hope they understand that they can't that it's it's not a smart thing to put everything, especially after Stokes, put everything you got, all your eggs in on one person. So as far as going after, um, it's as far as going after Hall and still trying to get Mitchell, it's like, okay, we couldn't get Mitchell, so we'll take you. I just hope guys don't take it personal, um, because I mean, the players are going to go where they want to go at too as well. So it's kind of like
Mhm.
we gotta get people that we really want, that we think is going to be best for the team. So hopefully, making Mitchell a priority and then going after Hall as a backup plan. How do you feel about that?
So I've heard like a few things that about Keyshawn Hall. I know off the court stuff, he's not been like a very good, kind of like a cancer to the locker room kind of thing,
Mhm.
and that's really what we got to watch out for because I think we had some of that last year as a reason why we had such a shift within the locker room. I really want to know what happened at the Louisville game, but as much as anybody else does.
Yeah.
But I've heard that Hall is kind of like a me ball kind of guy, and I don't know if this team will want that or need that. But I mean, he averages about 16 points a game, 6 rebounds. He's 45% shot rate, so I mean, he would definitely help with getting points. But I would rather have Mitchell, honestly, if it was between the two. Um, just by pure, I don't want it to tear up the team pretty much, because if
Yeah.
you add the 15th guy and he gets more playing time than somebody like, uh, not that it's going to happen, it's like Zoom Diallo, he gets more playing time than Alex Wilkins, or those guys may lay down on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It'll be hard to judge. I think he will be the second option, but who knows? St. John's was going after him last I heard, so
Okay.
I don't know if anything fell through with that or if they're still talking on that. Who knows?
And for me, that has always been a concern for me about this 15 player spot. And I mentioned this, is that you can go out and you can fill this 15th man roster spot. Cool, no problem. For me, if you're going to bring in a person like Mitchell, like Hall, the young man from Michigan State, if you're going to bring in if you're going to bring in a star like that, and we've already had a whole summer together as a team and bonding outside of Cam being hurt, Frank having limited minutes here and there, just trying to preserve his body. But the chemistry off the court, I think, is there. Mark Pope has really got these guys vibing together. Now, I hope that it's coming together on the court too as well. But when you bring a guy if you bring one of those guys in, to me, it's like I'm taking you the 15th guy, but from day one, I'm moving you up to, you know, a starter, sixth or seventh in rotation. So for me, that's the part that I'm waiting to see how it goes.
Hmm.
Because I mean, now you got to look at Trent. Tell Trent, go down the bench. Um, Potter, go down the bench. Um, you know, NJ go down the bench. So it's for me. I think this is a very Coach Pope and these guys, they know what to do better than I do. But for me, I'm just waiting to see how this plays out, because if you bring in one of these guys, I already said, hey, if you're gonna fill the 15th spot, bring in somebody that you know that is already knowing that the playing time is not gonna be there. Everybody else just keep rolling. But when you bring in something like this, I mean, you can use all the talent. We'll take the talent just because so we can, just so we can try to hang number nine. But at the end
Hmm.
of the day, if the guys on the team are selfish and they got chip on their shoulders, or they feel like they got something to prove, I don't know, man. I don't, Daniel. I just don't know how this plays out.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult thing because I
Yeah,
mean, you're going to ruffle some feathers, maybe, or maybe they're going to make him earn his stripes, earn his playing time since he come in. Whoever this person is going to come in late.
yeah,
So hopefully, I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have a star come in, But I
Yeah.
think the smart thing to do would be to make them earn their minutes instead of just throwing them into a starting row or throwing them into a second string. So
Well, but I mean, but don't you think? But don't you think if Mitchell or Hall or and what's the young kid's name from Michigan State?
I think it's Jackson Kohler.
Yeah. If you bring those guys in, like those guys are proven winners. How do you? I mean, how do you not already just consider those guys to being like you just take them? I mean, and they just jump 10 people, let 9 people automatically. Like
Mhm,
boom, we're just gonna jump you guys like right off the bat. I mean, you're gonna bring Mitchell here, who played at Duke, who played at who played at Missouri, and he was productive everywhere he goes at. You gonna tell him, hey man, you got to come off the bench now. What? That's the small problem that I think to me personally, and I don't know how nobody else feels, but for me personally, that's a big deal, bro. Like and then that's when you start getting egos. Man, how you gonna bring him in here and one day he's already jumped over me? Come on, man, stop that mess. So can Coach Pope get these guys to say whatever is best for the team? Let's just win ball games. If
mhm.
he and of course we know winning solves everything.
And it could be a perfect world where they bring Mitchell in, and
Yeah,
everybody's okay with moving down a spot to put him in the starting lineup. So
yeah,
they could go perfectly that way, but I mean, I played on teams and I've been bumped. I didn't
yeah.
particularly like it, but
I got bumped too many times, so I joined the Navy. I joined the Navy. I said, you know what? I'm out of here, dog. I'm sick of this. I'm too good for this. I'm out. But I mean, that is a real concern, and I'm pretty sure Mark Pope. I'm pretty sure Mark Pope and his staff has discussed this endlessly, as far as the right move and all this kind of thing. So, I think everyone is waiting for this. Now, the thing about it, though, I hope that we don't wait too long. I hope we don't wait too long for Mitchell and he's not able to play. But then Hall, and you'll see online a lot of people don't want Hall because, as you just said, he might bring that extra baggage over
Mhm,
to his basketball game is never going to be questioned, but maybe his character will be questioned by a lot of players, and we know that we don't want to bring that into the locker room. But regardless of regardless of these 3 guys that you bring in, one of them, and it could be somebody else out there that we don't even know about. I just hope that at the end of the day, that no matter who it is, that these guys, everybody collectively as a team, is ready to play ball because these guys they've been gelling all summer, and the guy that comes in next, what has he been? I mean, he's probably been working out, but not like Kentucky's been working out, and not the gelling part, and all the off the court things that these guys have been doing all summer long, the little boating trip they did when they was all out jumping off the boat. So all
mhm,
all all of that matters, bro. Like all of that brings people out of their shells. And then of course at the nighttime, I seen the video where they were singing and Mark Pope was sitting in the chair and they was just having a really good time, man. And those are the days. That's what you want with your team. And now we got to bring a new guy in, and everybody on the team you got to try to figure out who is this guy. You know.
mhm.
What's his personality, what makes him go, what what I'm saying, what's his Ferrari engine like. We don't want to say that though.
No, I think we need to downgrade it a little bit.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if we should just bring in just an average player that Mark Pope say, okay, hey, come to Kentucky, fill this 15 spot. We give you NIL money for 2 years, and let's go to work. But I don't think that's going to happen because so many people Kentucky fans want to win a national championship so bad that we want the best talent possible out there to help us do that. And I just hope that it doesn't mess up the vibes inside the locker room. And I hope everybody's mature as far as how they go about doing this and bring it in now. I'm hoping that maybe you look at like Diallo, or if you're looking at Cam, or you're looking at guys like that, maybe the coaches are talking to them like, hey, how do you feel about adding this piece or whatever? And it's like, okay, oh yeah, coach, bring him in, whatever. But then when you get there, it's like, well, he might take my spot, or he might take my minutes, and everybody's trying to get to the next level, and I need to be on the floor. So, but then he needs to go back and tell him, Reed Shepard, Rob Dillingham didn't start. First round draft picks, lottery picks. If you're good, the people will find you. Yeah.
Most definitely. So, um, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Um, one person I've talked to my dad about is Richie Saunders from BYU. I know he got drafted in the second round NBA draft, but he's not signed with an agent, and he does have the potential to come back for a fifth year in college just because he's in that 2022 class where they had already sanctioned everybody that's in that class to have 5 years to play. He knows Pope. He knows Pope's system.
Who is that again? I'm sorry.
Richie Saunders. He played for
Yes, yes.
BYU last year.
How's his injury though?
I didn't know he was injured.
I thought he got hurt last year. I may be wrong. I may be thinking about another player, but I actually thought he got hurt last year for BYU.
He could have. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know he got drafted in the second round to somebody in the NBA, but he's not signed with an agent yet. So
Okay.
he's still kind of maybe he doesn't want to come back to college, but I think if he does come to Kentucky, I know Pope tried to get him his second year and he couldn't close the deal on it. But if they want to go after that, maybe he would be a good fit. He'd be another outside shooter you could have because he can shoot the three really well. So, but who knows? That's somebody that I would like to see if he does decide to come back to college and play instead of sitting on the bench in a G League for a couple
now,
of years.
Daniel, you're a smart guy. You're an intelligent guy, and you know your Kentucky stuff. If we get Richie Sanders and he is healthy, how's he not starting?
That's the thing. He could fill that starting spot. That's what I'm saying.
For who though? Who's he going to start over?
Well, we got anybody, yeah.
If you got,
He's got experience. He's a shooter.
Dude, that's why it's complicated.
Yeah.
You can't just. That's why I'm saying you can't just bring somebody like that to the team. Be like, hey man, hey, you're not gonna start the show. You'll be number 7 or 8 off the bench. What, coach? What are you talking about? Look at.
I've worked all summer.
You know who I am? Come on, coach. So that's in you. So especially at him, like honestly. Like, I don't see anybody you look at, if you throw him in the mix, so that's 4 players. I just don't see how any one of those players come in as a 15th player and not find their way eventually into the starting lineup. Now, anybody can find their way into the starting lineup. We seen what Shea did because Shea came here and he wasn't a starter. He worked his way into the starter, and it's been history since then. So, but these guys come in the door, it's just hard. Be like, look, man, I know I got you, but I just brought him in, and you're not gonna. But I'm gonna get you your minutes, though. I'm gonna get you some minutes, but he's gonna start. It's tough, man. I personally don't want that job.
I don't envy it at all.
I don't envy that job at all. He tore an ACL last year and still. See, I thought he did tear his ACL last year. That's what I thought. Absolutely. So with that being said, does that change how you see him?
Yeah, because if he's injury prone, I don't want him.
Yeah. well, I mean, because look, we already took Frank, so we don't need 2 people on the team.
No.
That's injury prone. He's, forgive me, Frank's old and injured, so that's not a bad. That's not a bad. That's not a good combination by any means whatsoever. But yeah, I appreciate that, Wildcat Keeper. I thought that he had tore his ACL last year. And if I'm correct, I think it was later in the year when he actually tore it too. I think it was the later part of the year, which makes it even worse. It's like, dude, this dude's not ready. And if we saw what we saw out of now, JQ is a bigger specimen than he is. He's carrying a lot more load with him. He's a smaller dude, but still, it's an ACL. I mean, no matter how you twist it and how you turn it, it's still an ACL tear, and
Hard to come back.
it is. And not saying he can't, but it's just like, dude, we don't want to go down that road because he'll bring him in, and this is it. Like he don't get he's not gonna come in and be like, well, if I don't play this year, I'll just play next year. No, dog, this is it. If you don't play this year, Jake, you could have came back this year and he would have dominated. Of course, he ended up having surgery again too at San Antonio. So so they must talk to Coach Pope and says we'll take a chance. Okay, we gonna have surgery then. Cool. That's crazy, but it's just I think it's and before we get off, Kenny Brooks is gonna have a good team this year. We don't talk about the women's team, but I'm excited, man. Look, people don't bite my head off of me. I know that it's a men's Kentucky is a men's college basketball school. I get it. But Daniel, bro, I can't wait to watch the women play this year. I'm excited, man.
They were good last year.
That was good, yeah.
When I was down in the dumps, I was watching the Lady Cats play.
Oh,
and they were good last year.
They was good. And we got to beat Vandy this year, though. Got to beat Vandy. I think we're going to beat Vandy this year. I don't think Vandy's going to beat us. Now, they still got the All-American out there. I can't think of her name right off the back. So she's good. And their freshman's coming back with sophomore, so she's really good. But hopefully, I can't even tell you how many times I was sick to my stomach after we lost the women's game. I was distraught, bro. But of course, a lot of some of those losses came when Key was hurt. So Sarah Strack couldn't do everything by herself.
No.
Hopefully this year, his Lady Cats is on it, and I look forward to seeing what they do out there. Kenny Brooks, man, he's a recruiter.
He is.
He is, and he's making women's basketball in Kentucky very, very, very exciting. And a person like myself, being away from home and being over here, seeing the women play, like, yes, that's my Lady Cats. So I'm guilty.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, go ahead.
For the men's team, who would be your starters?
For the men's team?
For this team, who would be your starters?
Oh, are we gonna just put the ones who are on the team right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is tough, man. I'm gonna start. I think Zoom and Wilkins is a lock, and I think Momcelovich is a lock too, as well too. With Kim coming back, even though he's hurt, and I think he'll be ready by the season. I don't know if Marcelovich started at the 3. Is that a bad? And you put McBride or Njai at the 4, and Malachi's a lock too. I forgot. How can I forget you, Malachi? My bad. Forgive me for that. So really, I think the only big question right now is the 4 spot, and I mean that could be a toss up.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you put at the 4? Well, first of all, do you agree with the starting 4 at least?
I would swap Milan and McBride. Put McBride at the 3 and then Milan at the 4.
Okay. Now, is this dependent on Cam's foot, or
Yes.
is just you? So if Cam is happy, are you still starting McBride?
I'll put Cam Williams in there as my 3.
Now, here's the issue that we just had, Daniel. You see how we just kind of debated that a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Bring in another guy right now. That gets tricky.
Yeah, that 3 spot's going to get changed again,
So
depending on who it is. I mean,
now if you bring in the Michigan State guy, Cole, he's a 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you put Marcelovich at the 3 and put him at the 4 immediately.
Yeah.
See
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? See now,
it's going to
see
be
look,
hard.
see there you go. Now you done stuck McBride on the bench. You done stuck Cam on the bench. You see where I'm getting at with that?
Mm-hmm.
You see how hard that is? That's hard, my brother. That's
I know.
that's tough. If you get Mitchell, do you put him? He's is he a 4 or
I think he can play either 3 or 4.
so okay? So still McBride, Cam on the bench because he's gonna come here to start. You
Mhm.
know he is.
Yeah.
You know he is. Yeah. So that's my whole point. You just proved my point right there. Is you throw them in and you got to tell those 2 guys, hey man, go sit down. Go sit. Hey, I get you in a minute. Coach, what you doing? Start me. No, that's okay. We got Mitchell. He's gonna start. That's
We paid
why
a lot of money here for him.
a whole lot of money for it. So that's Kenny Brooks is the heck of a coach. Go Lady Cats. Yep, Eminem, Zoom Wilkins and Cam. Eminem. Oh, okay. So here's one right here that would definitely leave Cam in the lineup. You got Malachi, Marcelovich, you got Zoom Wilkins and Cam. But can't look. I don't know, man. I'm glad I'm not a coach. Because I mean, this is look in all seriousness right here, man. It comes down to egos. It comes down to players. If players are really, let me ask you a question first. Do you? I guess it is, and I don't want this to really sound stupid, but with NIL now and players getting paid, do you think winning a national champion? Now, I get it. It does. Kids still, the young men, they still want to win a championship. But do you think it means as more now with the NIL than it did before? Like, well, we didn't win a championship, but I'm gonna drive out of the parking lot in my new F-150. So it's kind of like, yeah, I wanted to win, but I still got my bank account is loaded. Do you think winning a national championship is carrying the same weight as it did 5 years ago, 7 years ago?
No, I don't think it does. Because these guys are still getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Yeah.
their likeness. So I mean, it's nice to win a national championship. I'm sure it looks good on your resume for the NBA, but
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, they're still getting. You can make more money in college than you would playing in the NBA.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you played your cards right as a college
Yep.
athlete, you wouldn't have to work a day in your life. If you think about
If
it.
if they set themselves up correctly, they will.
Yep.
After they pay Uncle Sam, because he's gonna get his money.
Yep.
He's gonna get show me the loot. So he is and I sometimes I want now, don't get me wrong, I know kids, I know these young guys and these young women, I know they want to win a national championship, but I think it softens a little bit because of we lost, what am I gonna go, I guess you don't have a lot of players are not built like that no more. That it's winning or it's nothing. It's just I gotta win now. I gotta win today, and I'm not gonna settle for anything else. I gotta win, and players are not built like that anymore. So because of that, I just feel like it winning a championship to maybe some players, it doesn't mean as much as now. Once you get to that level, and once you get to the Final Four, or once you get to the Elite Eight, and you can smell it, and it's right there. I think things change now. I like what Cam Williams there says, and I think BC says it too as well. Once the ball tips, NAL, all that stuff goes off. It goes out the window because everybody just wants to win, and I agree with that. I just think losing now is not as harsh to some of these players just because of their bank account. So I'm living large now, or you know what I'm saying. I got a whole lot of money that I didn't have 2 days ago. So I always wonder if it still means the same to a lot of people. Now it still means a lot to Kentucky, especially to BBN. BBN wants number 9 in the worst way. Like we just got to win. and at whatever cost. And if you telling me that we can bring in this extra player, and it would tremendously help enhance our chances of winning, Daniel, man, bring them in, because at the end of the day, we just, as Kentucky fans, we just want to see us get back to the big dance again, and not just
Yeah.
go to March, but we want to see college basketball. Would you agree? Disagree? College basketball is so much better when Kentucky's making a run in March.
Yeah, I would highly agree with that. It may be a biased opinion, but yeah, I'd agree with it.
Why not? Well, if you think about it, businesses, cities, they know that if Kentucky's winning in March Madness, oh man, we could do these guys. They get ready to flood the city. You know what I mean? Because that's
Mhm.
that's a lot of revenue that they'd be like, well, we ain't getting Kentucky to our hometown, because so we know their fans ain't coming. So it does make it it definitely makes a difference, that's for sure. Uh, let's see. Okay, I don't think Cam is good as advertised, but that's just my opinion. Okay. So Wildcat Keeper says, I don't think Cam is good as advertised, but that's just my opinion. And that's what's so good about the show. People can voice their opinions. That's for sure too. Cam was out of position last year. He wasn't built pass first. Yeah, Cam can shoot the basketball. And that's what we want him to do this year is shoot. He could be a lockdown defender as well. So, the pieces are there. And if we add another piece, I still think I hope it doesn't draw any kind of animosity in the locker room if they bring in a person and people get bumped to the left. I hope that's not the case, or to the right, or whatever you want to call it. I hope people is okay with that, as long as we're going to win a national, as long as we're going to compete. And first thing first, let's win the SEC championship, and let's not play on Wednesday.
No, we've not had good luck. I think last year the SEC tournament we got put in the worst spot,
Yeah, we
having to
did.
play Florida again for the third time, and then getting rocked for the third time. But on Cam Williams, I mean, he was doing real good before he got hurt. Like he was
Yeah.
starting to find his role, find his groove. He was real pivotal in the LSU game where we come back and won.
Yep.
They talk about Marino's miracle shot, but Cam Williams he started that whole thing, the
Yeah.
whole momentum in the second half. That was all Williams. Um, but I think where he got hurt, he just kind of lost that fire a little bit, and obviously
Yeah.
because he had to sit out. But
Yeah.
um, I think he'll be good this year. I really do. I think that he was one of my favorite players last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Well, we only got a couple more weeks before sports officially happen. One last question before we get out of here. Fill in the blank. By week what Kentucky fans will be talking about when does basketball start?
See here.
By
Uh,
is it
a
going to be
football season, you mean,
no.
or
When
just in
football
general?
season when football season starts, at what week will Kentucky fans be talking about when does basketball season start?
I'm gonna say week 3 when we play in A&M.
I was thinking the same thing. I was
I'm gonna
thinking
say week 3.
I said after that Texas A&M. Now, here's the thing though. If we don't get blown out by Bama, if we keep it close, and if we don't get blown out by Texas A&M, then maybe not. Maybe it won't be so loud. But I am curious because it's coming. And I hate to say that. And I don't want to be negative because I want football to be successful, same as I want basketball to be successful. But we know that if we're not competitive against Alabama and then turn around and go to College Station and we're not competitive down there too, people, and here's the thing: most people are not projecting us to beat Alabama or Texas A&M. We are expecting our guys to be competitive, but if
Mhm.
they're not competitive in either one of those games, and if we don't really just really just take it to Youngstown State and we just get blown out those 2 games, I just think fans are gonna be like, man, basketball starts in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Come on, basketball.
Now, if we make it all the way to South Carolina and we lose to South Carolina for
Yeah.
the 3rd year in a row, I think
Yeah.
people will really start to be talking about it. I think we'll have a lot of fight in those 2 SEC games with A&M and Alabama.
Yeah.
They'll either be close losses or one of them will be 1-1 or will be 0-2 with those
Yeah.
2 SEC games. So
Hey, on that question about when BBN will be talking about women's basketball, TGGK Kentucky said this week already. I mean, look, it's BBN is so predictable at times because we know it's coming. We know it's coming, and believe me. Now, here's the thing: if people still waiting on basketball to happen, people still excited about basketball. But I think just like we were just talking about the week wise, if Kentucky's playing some great football, we can probably not hear when basketball season starts until maybe week 5 or 6, which is at that particular point halfway through the season, and people haven't started asking when basketball season starts. Football's doing something right. I think so. Yeah, and me and BC, my other co-hosts, we debate this. We debated this to blue in the face. And if that's the case, then it's not like we're not waiting for basketball, but it's so many people that's enjoying football, then it's like, okay, we'll see basketball when it starts. But a lot of people are going to be like, football is really good. What are we going to do next week? Are we going to air the ball out? Who are we going to beat? No, we go upset somebody. And I think that's the whole point I was trying to get behind. With it takes a little mindset off of what's going on with basketball if football is doing good. I think that's my whole point with that is what if that can be there be a lot of football left after game 4. So, they said it'd be we must beat Tennessee and Louisville in football. Hey Kevin, what's going on, brother? I mean, in year one with Coach Stein, if we beat Tennessee and Louisville, hey, and we gotta beat Vandy. Stop playing, dude. We gotta beat Vandy. If we lose to Vandy this year, bro, just I'm gonna go away for about a year, okay? Can't lose to Vandy, man. Please don't
not
lose
3
to
years in
Vandy.
a row.
Don't lose to Vandy, please.
Which the Vandy game, I think we can win that one. They got a freshman quarterback coming in. He's supposed to be a 5-star, really good.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean anything anymore. You could be a 5-star and you could still stink. We've seen it many
Yeah.
times in basketball. We've had 5-stars come in and they've not lived up to expectations.
So they did, and I hope I got this right. They did return 10 of their 11 starters on defense.
At Vandy,
Yeah, if I got that correct, yeah, they did. But I gotta beat Vandy. Yeah, I can't hear Vandy Chris's mouth no more. I just need to shut him up. I'm sick of hearing. Hey brother, I love you, but I don't want to hear your mouth no more. We just got to win, please. I would blow a gasket if we lose to Vandy. I'm just gonna let's just get that out there, okay?
I mean, so many years they were always you could always count that one as a win, but
Yeah.
here the past 3 years they've been turning it on.
Yeah, they've been smacking us in the face every chance they get,
Mhm.
and that's kind of disrespectful, bro. But I think for Will Stein to really be, if he wants to make a push for Kentucky building a program, no disrespect to Vandy. I don't want to throw disrespect to those guys, but we got to find a way. And I'm pretty sure Vandy says the same thing, and South Carolina says the same thing. But we got to beat these teams consistently if we are trying to move in the right direction. We got to find ways to out recruit. We got to find ways to beat these guys too as well. So we just have to just see how that all goes, man. Daniel, I'm so happy, man, that you was able to get on with me and the sound and stuff worked for us. Tell everybody once again, man, where they can find you at.
So I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, Spotify, Facebook, and Instagram. Just look up wildcatzone.db and you'll see my logo. It's kind of a play on the old Wildcat logo with the paw out. That's me. I just do game reviews, like I said. Give just my thoughts on everything. I pick an MVP for the game, a spark plug player of the game. I hand out little awards to the players. So, um, yeah, I'm just a normal Big Blue Nation member, just giving my thoughts on Kentucky basketball and football. So, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I've watched you for years, and I
Absolutely,
figured
bro.
I'd give this stuff a shot and
Yeah,
see where it
absolutely.
goes.
As you should, absolutely, and I'm glad that we was able to get the audio fixed. I was like, man, I sure want him on tonight. It is. I miss my co-host BC because I don't have to talk the whole time. So that's why when you guys start talking, I'm just like, well, let me learn. Let me just listen to these guys talk and let me see what I can learn from everything, man. But thank you everybody who was actually everyone who was able to watch tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. Um, Man, this has been fun. I like picking other people's minds and like stuff like that. So hearing you talk and just hearing your thoughts and everything, man, it means a lot that you took the time out to come on and be with me tonight. And man, just give it up for my co-host tonight, Mr. Daniel Bentley from Wildcat Zone. It's been a lot of fun, guys. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys go over if you haven't already. Go over and check out Daniel's page. Please go support it. You know, we're small channels, so we're just trying to really help each other out and grow and just collab the same way that BBN Unfiltered did a couple of weeks ago as well too. Just trying to bring us all together and everything. So once again, I don't have a lot of connections, and he doesn't have a lot of connections, so we just kind of give our thoughts, how we feeling about things and the way you guys feel, and we make this the best show as possible because of you guys. So once again, thank you guys. Go follow Daniel on Wildcat Zone. Daniel, once again, brother, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And until next time, until Wednesday night with Leah and Jimmy, please check them out. Let me ask you this: do you have a specific day that you record? Or that you go live or anything like that? Or do you
Uh,
just you're waiting for the season to start to do your post game shows and all of that?
so what I'll do is on my channel, what I've done is back when the schedule come out for football, I done my way too early prediction. It's a little far fetched, so forgive me
Yeah,
if you don't agree with me, but it's fine. You don't have to. Everybody has their opinion,
yeah.
right?
That's what's so fun about
Um,
it. Yeah,
yeah. And I also got my dad's thoughts on it, which was pretty fun. We got to record together and do that. But
cool.
here in a couple weeks, right before football season starts, I'm going to do my finalized prediction of what I think our football season is going to look like. Um, hopefully, I'm wrong. That's all I'm going to say on that.
I say the same
Um,
thing about basketball.
I normally record either it'll be a day after the game or it'll be maybe hours after the game. Just depends on what time the game is. If we got like the 3 o'clock games, I'll probably do that in the afternoon. Just give like a raw reaction, whether it's going to be a good reaction or a happy or a sad reaction.
Right.
But that's normally when I record my stuff. I'll put together a video and post it on my YouTube and on
Yeah.
Facebook and share it and all that. So
Absolutely. Well, I definitely hope that this is not the last time that we're able to work together and record. I really enjoyed it, man. Thank you so much
I
as
have
well.
to.
Hey, man, I really love your background. Of course, I'm staying in I'm in a hotel right now, and so we haven't moved in. We won't move into our apartment until about around September the 20th or 21st or whatever. So I'm going to attempt to hang up my flag or whatever if I can, depending on if these guys let me hang it up or not and everything. But your background is really nice, man. So I really
I
appreciate
appreciate
that.
it.
I admire that too, as well. So hey, guys, until next time, I appreciate every last one of you guys. Um, no, BC taking care of some things right now. So BC he's hopefully going to be back right before football season starts and everything. So he had to take care of some things that that just had to that is more important than podcast and YouTube right now. So he's taking care of some things, and that's why it gives me it's actually gives me, of course, even if I had BC, BC wouldn't mind neither. But this is a good chance for me to have other people on with me right now, so we can collab, and that's why I brought Kentucky Football Nation on with me last week, and I brought Wildcat Zone with me tonight. It's just we can just collab and we just have fun and everything, and it really helps me get through these shows as well too. so people don't have to sit and listen to me for an hour. I wouldn't want to listen to me for an hour. That's for sure. but anyway, that's just me, though. That's just me. I love you guys. I appreciate it. Until next time, go Cats, guys.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
This is the Wildcat Zone!
What does the Wildcat say?